Okay, so every once in a while, something happens in the tech world that just makes you stop and say, wait, what? Today is absolutely one of those days. We're talking about something nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. The biggest rivals in AI, well, they're teaming up. And we're going to break down what just happened and why it is a huge deal for, well, pretty much everything.
So, let's set the scene. Today, December 9th, 2025, the news dropped. A brand new, totally unexpected alliance between the heavyweights of the AI industry. The question on everyone's mind is, who? Who are we talking about? And what on earth could be so important that it makes sworn enemies shake hands? This one move could literally define the next 10 years of artificial intelligence. Let's dive in.
So, let's start with the big question, the one you're probably asking right now. Just who are we talking about here? I mean, think about it. What could possibly get all the major tech giants to stand on the same stage for the same reason, at the same time? It seems impossible, right?
Well, here's the list. Anthropic, OpenAI, Block, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Cloudflare, Bloomberg. I mean, look at this. This isn't a team roster, it's a list of companies that are usually trying to beat each other day in and day out. They are direct, head-to-head competitors, and yet here they are, all signed on to the same mission. It's kind of wild.
And that mission is the launch of something called the Agentic AI Foundation. We'll call it AAFF for short. Now, this new foundation is the centerpiece, for sure. But the really interesting part, the secret sauce that brought this whole improbable crew together, is the technology that it's built around.
Okay, so at the heart of this entire thing is one single piece of tech. It's an open source building block that, over the past year, has kind of quietly taken over the AI world. It's called the Model Context Protocol.
So what is the Model Context Protocol, or MCP? Honestly, the best way to picture it is like a universal travel adapter for AI. You know, the kind you take on vacation so you can plug anything in anywhere? That's what MCP does. It's this open standard, a common language that lets any AI app talk to any other system out there. It's the universal plug that makes everything just work together. And that right there is a total game changer.
And its growth? It wasn't just fast, it was meteoric. Anthropic literally just introduced this thing a year ago. A few months later, boom, massive adoption. By the end of the year, it was basically the industry standard that everyone was using anyway. And that's what leads us right to today's big announcement, the decision to take this vital piece of tech and give it away, to put it in a neutral home where it can be safe and secure for everyone, forever.
And just to give you a sense of the scale we're talking about here, this isn't some small niche developer tool. We're talking over 10,000 active public MCP servers running right now. They're powering everything from tiny indie dev projects all the way up to huge systems inside Fortune 500 companies.
And check this out. The developer community is all over it. The SDKs, the software kits you need to use it, are being downloaded more than 97 million times every single month. And that's just for Python and TypeScript. That's not just adoption, that's an explosion.
So who's actually using it? It's easier to ask who isn't. I mean, you've got the biggest AI platforms, ChatGPT, Gemini, Microsoft Copilot, they're all in. Your essential developer tools like Visual Studio Code, yep, it's baked right in. And the cloud giants, AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, Cloudflare, they're all supporting it. At this point, it's not just a popular tool, it's become critical infrastructure for the entire industry.
Which brings us right back to the main event. Because when your little project becomes this important, you're faced with a massive choice. Do you keep control of it, maybe monetize it, or do you give it away to make sure it stays open and neutral for everybody? Well, they made their choice. They decided to set it free.
And you know, this wasn't some sudden decision. They're saying this was the plan all along. Right from the start, the goal was to make MCP a public good, something open source, community-driven, and most importantly, not owned by any one company. So what we're seeing today, it's them making good on that promise in a really big way.
So how does this work? How do you actually guarantee it stays neutral? Well, here's the path they've set up. It's pretty smart. Step 1, Anthropic creates the protocol. Step 2, today they officially donated it to this new Agentic AI Foundation. And then, Step 3, that foundation, the AAIF, is being set up as a special fund under the one and only Linux Foundation.
Now, why is the Linux Foundation part of this so important? Because, well, they are the gold standard for this kind of thing.
This is the nonprofit that for decades has been the trusted caretaker for some of the most critical projects on the planet. We're talking about the Linux kernel, the heart of so many operating systems, and Kubernetes, which basically runs the modern cloud. These guys have a rock-solid, proven track record of keeping things neutral and community-focused. This is the safest pair of hands you could possibly find.
Okay, so let's recap. We've got this super important piece of tech. It's now in a safe, neutral home, and it's being backed by all the biggest names in the industry. But so what? What does this actually mean for you, for me, for the future of AI? Why is this alliance really such a big deal?
It really boils down to two very different paths AI development could go down. Imagine one future, a closed one, where every big company has its own private set of rules. You'd be locked into their ecosystem, their walled garden. It stifles innovation. But then there's another path, an open future, one where everyone agrees on the basic rules of the road so we can all build cool stuff together, on a level playing field. What happened today? It's a huge, undeniable shove in the direction of that open future.
So if you take away just one thing, let it be this. The absolute foundational rules of the road for how AIs talk to each other and interact with the world, those rules will now be a public good. They're not going to be a private asset owned by one company. Think of it like the basic protocols that run the internet itself. They belong to everyone. That's what this is for AI.
And the benefits? Oh, they're massive. It means an AI built by Google can talk perfectly to one built by OpenAI. It means a developer can create one tool and it will just work with any AI model out there. That's going to lead to way faster, more secure innovation for the entire ecosystem. And critically, it stops a single company from ever becoming the one gatekeeper who controls this critical piece of our digital future.
Which of course leaves us with one last, really exciting question to think about. Now that the biggest rivals in the world have actually agreed on the rules of the road, now that they're all playing in the same sandbox, what are they going to build next? The foundation is laid. The real game is just beginning.